This week on Steel Horse Thunder. This episode is dedicated to a ride that's near and dear to everybody's heart, one I've been participating in for about 13 years now.
We realize that it's an unbelievable cause.
I've been cancer-free for 3 years.
The Miracle Ride has now just gone over the $4 million mark for raising money for Riley Hospital for Children.
It's Miracle Ride weekend in Indianapolis. Why isn't it not the Tom and Bob show?
Our wives and girlfriends hate us.
Oh. Hey, we're here at the 20th running of the Miracle Ride. We're going to go talk to some local celebrities, see what's going on around here, but stay with us because after this is over, back at Lucas Oil Raceway Park, we're going to have all sorts of stuff going on. You don't want to miss it. Hey, I'm with Tom Griswold from the Bob and Tom Show, Q95, and obviously a man that doesn't need any introduction. Now, Tom, you guys have been a part of this for a long time now. I mean, it's almost back as far as I can remember you guys have been a part of this. So I'm just curious, what made you guys get on board?
Well, this is a wonderful event for a couple of reasons. One, it shows everybody what a great community the motorcycle community is. I mean, if you look around here, it is amazing how many riders are here today, and it's been that way for years. The Miracle Ride has now just gone over the $4 million mark for raising money for Riley Hospital for Children. And the Riley Hospital is this amazing place with a worldwide reputation and amazing professionals and great doctors and nurses and healthcare professionals of all stripes. So it's a great combination of two great things getting together, great motorcycle riders and the Riley Hospital. So what could be wrong about this? Nothing.
Hey, I'm here with Anthony Costanzo with the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony, what brought the Colts out here to get involved with the Miracle Ride?
We realize that it's an unbelievable cause. Riley Children's Hospital not only provides the medical care to the kids, but also lets them be kids and kind of gives them a childhood when in circumstances that usually wouldn't allow that.
Man, I appreciate that. Bob and Tom come on board, Colts coming on board. It's really made this thing a huge thing. What does it mean to you to be able to be a part of it?
It means a lot to me, just being able to be out here. I didn't realize the scale of it. This is my first time, and it's amazing to see all the people that come out really to have fun on their motorcycles and to support the kids, and it means a lot to be a part of that, being able to help out some kids.
I'm here with Tatum Parker, and she's going to explain just a little bit about her story to us today.
When I was 6 years old, I was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, which is a bone tumor, and it was in my right femur. I went through a year of chemo treatments and surgeries and then was cancer-free for about a year. And I was re-diagnosed with the same kind of cancer in my right lung and went through another year of chemo treatments and radiation. And this whole time was staying at Riley Children's Hospital.
So this ride here is pretty near and dear to your heart, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Riley did so much for me, and I'll, of course, do anything to pay it back.
Hey, when I say everybody shows up for the Miracle Ride, we're not joking. Elvis, what brings you out today?
Miracle Ride, the kids.
Now, is this your normal riding gear?
No, sir. No, sir. This is just this is a one-day event. Just trying to do what we can for the kids. Trying to raise money.
Well, you're right. Going by the hospital, that it just brings tears to your eyes. You realize how lucky you are, and all the great work that they're doing. So it's really fun because the kids get a big charge out of seeing this this endless line of motorcycles, and obviously bikers come in all stripes. I saw a guy out there in an Elvis suit. There's guys that have cool beards like you. I'd have one of those, but I can't grow a beard that well. But you've got military guys here. We have Anthony Costanzo from the Colts is here today. Just every kind of person that's here and people that love motorcycles. So what can you say? It's sort of the great event of the year.
What in the world's going on?
It's what's going on. It's a Miracle Ride, man, and we're supporting a good cause and supporting a good team. Well, that's what I'm doing.
All right, now you ride your motorcycle like this, right?
I rode it from Bloomington, Indiana, just like this, man.
So you didn't even change when you got here. You rode all the way up here this way.
I rode like this.
What's the NFL like for you?
NFL is it's a blast. It's you dream of being an NFL player, and you get here, and you want to do everything that you can to stay. So it's a lot of hard work, but it's well worth it in the end.
So do you get much time off during the off season, or are you pretty much working out the whole time?
It's technically an off season, but it's not much time off. You got to constantly work hard and stay in shape, get ready for the season. It's probably about 1 or 2 weeks that you can really take off, but other than that, it's constant work.
Now, are you cancer-free now?
Yeah, I've been cancer-free for 3 years.
For 3 years.
Yes.
How's that feel?
Great. It makes me feel, I guess I had cancer for most of my childhood, so I guess being cancer-free makes you feel a little bit more free.
Riding around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, no matter how many times you've done it, it has this really soulful quality. And you think about all the things that have happened at that speedway. So it's amazing that the track is so kind, and the Holman family lets the Miracle Ride use the track for this event. But it's really, I mean, it really is an emotional thing to go around that speedway.
Where do you get an outfit like that? Is it Fredericks of Hollywood? Is it Victoria's Secrets? Tell me.
Well, a lot of stuff comes from Victoria's Secret I wear, but this one I had specially made actually for this event.
Right on, man. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Scott. Thank you very much.
Why isn't it not the Tom and Bob show?
You know, it just started out as Bob and Tom, and he runs the controls. Say, he's got all the electronic stuff in front of him. I'm too stupid to operate it. So if it were the Tom and Bob show, it'd be a lot of silence.
Now, you do ride this. You're going to ride just like this today, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, all I can say is, there you go.
If I could, I want to say a special thanks to Steve Reeves for all the great years. We really miss you.
It's time now to check in with Eric Anderson with Safety Tips 101.
Welcome to Safety 101. I'm Eric Anderson. Today we're at the AGI Shorewood training site for A-Bait of Indiana, located here on Oliver Avenue. Today we're going to talk about stopping quickly in a curve. This is a life-saving skill that you need to master when you're out riding your motorcycle. As they always say, practice makes perfect. The way that you want to conduct this maneuver is as you're riding your motorcycle using an outside, inside, outside path of travel. You want to make sure that you're coming around the inside, and then you see an obstacle in the middle of the roadway. The key thing that you want to do is make sure that you avoid the obstacle, but you want to get your motorcycle stopped safely. So what you're going to do is bring the handlebars up, straighten your motorcycle, you're going to square the handlebars, you're going to apply both brakes to stop, and you want to look straight ahead in the direction that your motorcycle's going. Always look where your motorcycle's going to go, because that's where your motorcycle ends up. Once the motorcycle is stopped, then you can negotiate around the obstacle in the roadway, whether it's to the right of it, to the left of it, or even if you have to go off the edge of the roadway to get around it, you've got your motorcycle stopped and be able to maneuver through that. Now let's ride it and show us how it's done.
Kimmy, how long have you been riding?
I've been riding 2 years.
And this is your bike that we're sitting next to right now. So did you have any kind of formal training before you started riding by yourself?
Yes, I took the abate class, the Indianapolis abate class here locally. I took that at Honda South, took that out there. It was a great ride. I totally advise everybody to do it, whether you're a rider or not. It's really good knowledge.
Very good. I like to hear that. So what's the name of your bike?
My girl is Ruby Tuesday. My mother-in-law's been gone about a year. Her name was Ruby, and I bought it on a Tuesday, so thus Ruby Tuesday.
What kind of riding do you like doing the most?
I kind of really like the open riding. My husband likes to go more a little off-road and see what's up the hill. I kind of like the flat pavement and just ride. Just go. Just let the wind and just go. That's kind of my ride.
So I know you've been riding a couple of years. Have you done any kind of long trips yet, or have you stayed local?
Oh no, last year we went to Colorado, went to Denver, went to Utah at Moab. Did a wonderful ride. We was there about 5 days, right up through the arches. Went down by Estes and down in Colorado. It was beautiful. I could live there and ride all year round.
Don't you know new riders aren't supposed to be able to do that kind of stuff yet?
Oh, no. Not when you have a husband like mine, we go. I wasn't on the bike about 24 hours before I took my first ride down to Story Inn and got to see my first crashes and everything, so it was right on.
Well, you know, you might as well, if you're going to get in, jump right in, right?
Exactly.
So you got any plans for any other rides coming up?
Let's see, we are going to plan another big trip this summer. We're going to actually not go west. We're going to go to do Dragon's Tail down in Tennessee. Going to go down in that. My mother lives down there, so it's a nice trip to get to go down there. And honestly, just any rides that come up. We've got all kinds of friends that like to ride. We did an Eagles ride last year for a benefit for gentlemen, so we did that. Just anytime anyone wants to ride, they give us a call and we go and we ride.
Well, I've enjoyed talking with you. You get me excited about riding, you know what I mean? I love seeing somebody that's just so into it, and I hope you keep that enthusiasm.
Most definitely. Thank you very much.
I'm here at the Miracle Ride. I've got Michael Faribault right here with me. This is the man responsible for putting and organizing all this together. Obviously, it takes a lot of people to put this together, but I know you're the man behind it. 20 years now. Can you even remember the first year?
I do very well. It was entertaining. The first one we went down south, Duke Tomato was our band, and it was unbelievable for the turnout the first time, because the first year event always has some issues. But that's where Riley comes in, and the history of a signature hospital here in Indiana. It's all about who we are as motorcycle people. So we got down there, had a great time, and the clouds opened up. 2 inches of rain in less than an hour and a half. The clouds opened up. So we had rain on the first one, and we had rain yesterday on the 20th. Right. In between, we haven't had any, Scott.
Now that we're here at Lucas Oil Raceway, we just went through the ride. What'd you think about the ride today?
I thought it was pretty cool. The good Lord kept the rain off of us and had a nice day, nice ride.
Now, I understand you took a pretty good ride to get down here. What would make you come that far to do a ride like this?
Just for the kids at Riley Hospital. It's just a heart-wrenching ride to go by the hospital and see all the kids. This is our second year, so we really enjoyed it.
So now, were you here last year then?
Yes, we were.
And you had to come back again right away, didn't you?
Yes, we did. I'd do it 10 more times. It was wonderful.
And you had even a little bit farther ride yourself.
Yeah, not far, not too much farther. About 3 miles we live from them, so just over the line.
I always love going by the hospital and seeing the kids. I love doing what we do, but it just raises the hair on my arms to go see the kids. I love it.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever did this, it was all about that ride around the track. It was like, man, I'm going to get to ride around the track. But they bring you by that hospital first, and all of a sudden you realize what it's really all about.
That's pretty much, I was here for the first one, and I've only missed 4 of them, I believe. But, that was the whole thing at the beginning, was going around the famous Indy 500 track. But then I got by the kids, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Now I love it. I just love it. I do whatever I can for the kids, period. And Riley kids, I do a whole lot.
It was pretty cool. I like it since it seems like a little bit longer. When we always ended up at a racetrack, it was a fairly short ride. Coming all the way out here makes it for a little nicer ride, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing. Now, you've done this ride before then.
Yeah, this is our 9th year. We missed one of theirs in the middle, but we've been doing it for 9 years.
What keeps bringing you back?
It's for the kids. My wife's sister passed away at Riley's when they were kids, so we actually became a T-shirt sponsor this year and have in loving memory of Pam Sears on it. So
I'm looking at your shirt here, Indiana Bike Week. I know you've got a lot to do with that. Can you just tell us a little bit of what we can expect at Indiana Bike Week?
Well, we're bringing 5 days of concerts. We have kids going up on the bands. On the stage to start off the evening. Then we get into, a little kids country band. We have a kids playground. The Abate experience where you come down and ride the bikes with the training wheels is coming down. We have hay rides. We have an adult section that if you don't want to be around kids, you can camp back in that area. We have camping. All of Brown County has opened up their merchants are giving discounts. Motels are giving 50% off. You stay one night, you get 50% off the next night. Restaurants are giving free sodas, free pizzas to anybody with Indiana Armband. we made it affordable, $40 for an adult. Kids, I think it's 10 and under are free. So it's continuing the theme of family motorcycling. We all work very hard for these very sick children who come from various states to the third largest children's hospital in the United States. Let's do something as motorcyclists, as families, for granddads to bring their kids, for parents to bring their kids, or for just a couple that wants to come down. And we're doing it in one of the most romantic, cool, switchback road riding counties in Indiana, Brown County, Indiana.
You know, one of the cool things about the Miracle Ride this year is the drag racing here at Lucas Oil Raceway Park, and let's find out a little bit about that. I'm not the smartest guy when it comes to different classes and all that stuff about the drag racing. Can you explain to me a little bit about what goes on here?
Yes, sir. The first and foremost, the biggest show here is the Top Fuel Harley Davidsons. They're kicking it. They're bringing it every weekend. We got bar bikes with wheelie bars, and we got street bikes.
Now tell me a little bit about your bike here and everything else.
All right, this bike is a street ET, and it's many other classes, but what makes us, I guess, unique is we leave off a clutch. We have a street tire with no bars, so it's all driver.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talk about a bike of the week. Tell me a little bit about your scooter here. It's a nice little scooter.
Well, it's old. It's vintage. It's a 1990 Suzuki GSXR 1100. Back in the day, it's pretty much still, I mean, it started as a street bike and turned into a drag bike. It's pretty much extended swing arm, air shifter, bolt-on turbocharger, stock head, and built transmission lock-up clutch. But back in 1990, you could buy this bike off the showroom floor at Suzuki. And it's kind of getting outdated because of the Hayabusas and the newer bikes out there, but it's fun when you can beat up on something new with something this old. You know what I mean? I mean, it's old. It's old school. I'm old school. We keep it going and give them all they can handle.
Kind of puts a smile on your face when you do whoop them, doesn't it?
Yeah. When a Busa looks over and says, "What is that?" Well, you just got beat. So,
what kind of speeds do you reach?
I'm hitting big speed, probably too fast. It's my gear ratio is messed up. I'm hitting 148, 151.
Can you explain to the people watching what kind of a rush that is to do that when you're going down a strip like this?
Here's what kind of a rush it is. It takes about 2 months to prepare for an event like this, and it takes about 10 grand a year on a street bike. You know, and our wives and girlfriends hate us. You know, and I'm here on a Sunday, but that's why we're here.
So you wouldn't trade it for anything?
No comment.
One more thing, I went to the hospital to help the kids yesterday and hand out blankets and teddy bears, and that's what it's for. You know, that little boy sitting there with cancer, and you know, he don't have a care or worry in the world, but to see a helmet with fuzzies on it, he smiled and just made his day. So that made my whole weekend, Friday. So whether we do good or do bad, there's a kid smiling at Riley Hospital that I brought a smile to his face. So that's important.
Indiana motorcycling leads the country in many ways, and people that aren't as involved in it is, you know, I mean, I've made a living in motorcycling. We do things beyond what most people do, and a lot of it has to do with the mentality of the Indiana as a state, and Indiana motorcycle people. We're generous, and it shows. I mean, tell me another charity ride, and I hate to call the Miracle Ride a charity ride, which is working for our kids. It's been around for 20 years. When you think about it, there aren't those kind of things that have been, and it's not a bar-to-bar scene. It's people coming in, helping kids. So when you do something for 20 years, it says something about the people of this state. And that's where we are, and the Abate organization, who leads the way in legislative effort at 20,000 strong. There is no other state that is half of that size and that type of thing.
Well, we may have had a little bit of rain on Saturday for the poker run, but the weather held out. We got the Miracle Ride in. It was another great event, another great turnout. Thank everybody that participates in this ride. I know the kids at Riley Hospital really appreciate it. So with that, we're gonna make this a wrap. Hey, we're here at the Miracle Ride, and I am with I'm with Hey, I'm with Anthony Costanzo of the Riley Hospitals for Children. Hey, we're here at the. So tell me, what? Now let's check the Leidendorf Law. This episode